Ladies and gentlemen, the following is another fantastic episode of the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. I am your host, that ocean crossing, straight up bossing, flight catching, shot glass snatching, always positive, life is great, repping 592, living in the 718, no cap, straight facts, the worldwide starboy, Remy Blue. And our special guests tonight, the two young men you see to my right. That's right, are actually part they actually form one of the hottest, newest, up and coming tag teams in the southeast of the United States of America. Everybody, welcome to the show, straight from the Nightmare Factory, Class 4 and Class 5, Franky Filto and KayJay Impala, the Dudes in Kimonos. Gentlemen, how y'all doing today?
Doing good, man. How about you? I love that intro. That was a sick
Yeah,
intro.
bro. It was crazy. Yeah, I'm good too, man.
I try. I just breathe and yell a little bit and hope I sound good. That's pretty much it. But I gotta say, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to have you on our show. You two are two impressive men, and congrats on actually making your debut at District Wrestling's debut show, which they had this past Sunday. So
Yes,
how
sir.
does it coming off that show?
Oh man, that show was a lot of fun. For people who weren't there or aren't from Atlanta, so District is actually like a nightclub in Atlanta, and they have like mainly DJ shows and stuff. And I've been to District, a few times just for concerts. And I was kind of curious how it would go with like having a whole wrestling show in there, but it was sick. It was so awesome, and I can't wait for the next show. I believe it's September 18th. So uh, that next
Um,
show is going to be even better. Any kinks that we had, I'm sure that they'll iron them out.
awesome. From
Yeah,
what I
dude.
saw, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Frank. Go ahead, Frankie.
Oh, that was KJ. That was KJ.
Okay, Jim, my bad.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, man, the show was awesome. Show was great, and then the setup, what like Frankie was talking about, setup actually ended up working out. Like it felt like you had fans all around you, like surrounding you. The noise was just on top of you. It was crazy. It was a great atmosphere. So
Yeah, it was awesome.
I'll tell you what. If I'm ever in Atlanta, I'll definitely try my best to get down there and check out a show. From what I saw from the highlights, because I was actually at work when y'all had the show, unfortunately, so I couldn't really make it to Atlanta or even see it online. But it was a grand old time, and I actually wished I was actually there. It was great to see y'all, and Diamond Sheik, one of our good friends, the Bodyguard Austin Green, and the Renegade Twins. Y'all down there and do y'all thing. We here. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but we here at Inside Side, we're actually pretty much, great fans of y'all down there, Nightmare Factory. Y'all doing great things. I gotta say, Frankie, I saw that Nightmare Factory showcase for you were on against
Yeah,
Trevor Black. That
yeah,
was a
yeah.
sweet cross body you did, man. You kind of remind me of Ricky Steamboat for a bit.
Dude, I mean, like, so this will probably crack up some of my friends if they're watching or when they watch it later. Like, I'm like super like calm and stuff outside the ring, and then like when I get in there, like I just want to do a bunch of I don't know. I just want to do a bunch of stupid stuff. So when I was wrestling Trevor, I was like, I definitely want to do a move off the top rope, especially since that was my first match ever, and just so happened I won with that move too. And it was pretty wild. I got through the curtain after the match, and there's a guy wearing like just like a hoodie and a mask, and he's like, hey man, sick crossbody. I was like, thanks. And then like I walked to the back, and people were like, oh yeah dude, Cody's back there just like with a mask and a hoodie on. And I was like, oh, that was Cody. So I got a Cody stamp of approval, seal of approval for my crossbody. So probably gotta bust that out a little bit more often.
Yeah. So with that being said, do you think, obviously you guys are a tag team, but Trevor is also a tag team, the Southeast SWAT team. I forgot who his tag team partner is. Trevor's tag team partner, please
Luke
don't
Sampson. Luke Sampson.
Luke Sam. Luke, don't kick my butt. I remember your name next time. Matter of fact, I'll try to have y'all on here eventually. But if you're watching, But do you think that maybe we'll eventually see a match between the dudes, or it may have happened already? But do you think we'll see a rivalry between the dudes in kimonos and the Southeast SWAT team eventually, or is it like, you know,
Maybe. You know, if the stars align and we get booked against them, that'd be a lot of fun. I mean, I've wrestled Austin a few times, uh, mainly like at training at the Nightmare Factory, and Luke Luke coaches there, so every match that he's in is going to be really good. He's that dude knows his stuff for sure, and dude would probably run through us a few times, but that match against Southeast SWAT team would be a lot of fun. Those guys are both very good.
Yeah, we wrestle on a lot of shows with them. We wrestle on a couple
Hmm.
shows with them too, so it's definitely possible that we cross paths with them. And I mean, they're champions at a couple promotions too, so it wouldn't be not a bad thing, to have a match with them for sure.
Yeah.
hey, what? I'll definitely be looking forward to that match. I'll definitely be watching that match closely. And KJ, I actually saw a couple. I saw a match. It was you actually wrestled for Anarchy Wrestling, which is pretty much one of the biggest promotions in Georgia. You know, people such as Xavier Woods have actually, came from there. Anthony Henry, several big names. I mean, Slim J apparently is he may have gotten signed, but he's made a lot of appearances for AEW thus far, and he actually came from Anarchy Wrestling as well. And you actually had a match against Parker Lee. That I thought you got him with that big elbow. I guess I guess he ate his Wheaties that day because he was able to kick out. I don't think he's gonna be lucky next time. What was it like setting foot on that stage at Anarchy Wrestling with so many greats from Georgia, like AJ Styles, wrestled at early in their careers?
Yeah, no, Anarchy's, it's legendary. So it was awesome. And then I mean, it's an honor to be invited out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of the goal when you're starting out here in Georgia. You want to make it to the biggest promotions in the indies out here, to get your name out there. So it was awesome to wrestle Anarchy and then to wrestle Parker. We trained together at the factory. So to have my first match there with somebody who, like, I'm familiar with in the ring was a really cool opportunity. And yeah, man, I mean, he's a tough competitor. I've been wrestling him a lot lately at a different couple of promotions, and sometimes you get the best of him, sometimes you don't. But hopefully, the next time that elbow gives me the win. He hit that cutter though. So
Yeah, I thought I
he's a
thought
tough guy. He's a tough competitor. So
I thought after that I was like, oh, he is done. He is done. So like he's not getting up. But surprisingly, he got up. So I don't think he's gonna be lucky next time.
yeah,
But I gotta
I
ask.
think you're right, man.
I always ask, every guest that we have on this show. How did it start for you guys? How did your fandom for wrestling start? What was the main event or match that y'all saw that got y'all hooked, made y'all become fans and want to do this as a profession?
KJ, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, man. When I was like a kid, I had like uh, Sesame Street dolls, and I'd wrestle them while my dad had wrestling on in the background. And then I remember watching like WrestleMania 14, Shamrock versus Rock, and just it's like captivating. The Rock's like literally getting pushed out on a stretcher. Ken comes and I mean, it's crazy stuff. Back in the '90s, kayfabe's kind of there still, so you don't know, and then you're a kid too, so that stuff was wild, and that's how I kind of got started in it. And then The Rock is infectious, so you get your favorites and stuff like that, and love for it continues and stuff. So that's kind of how I started with it.
And
Cool.
for me, so like I grew up watching it like all out through I was a kid, and then like once I got into high school, I kind of became like a lapsed fan, and I didn't get back into it until probably like my senior year of college. I tore well, no, actually I after my grad school year of college. So I got my master's. I blew out my knee in that February before I graduated. So I was just like laying on my couch, couldn't move because like I just had knee surgery, and I saw Monday Night Raw was on. I was like, I'll watch it because I got nothing else to do. And like I was like, oh, this is just like really fun to watch and stuff. And then through that, like I discovered like New Japan Wrestling, and then the match that like really got me back into it was like the Cody Kenny ladder match for the U.S. title, I believe, back in New Japan. I watched
Ooh,
that match. Yeah, I was like, damn, like the wrestling outside the United States is pretty freaking sick. And then how I started training, me and my girlfriend at the time, we went to Blood and Guts and then Double or Nothing when they were running it out of Daly's place. And while we're sitting in the airport in Jacksonville, ready to go back, I was like, man, like it'd be so much fun to do. And she's like, well, didn't you say Cody and QT have a school in Norcross? Why don't you sign up for that? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. And then next I got off the next day out after I got home, signed up for it, and the rest was kind of history there.
awesome. Y'all definitely, made it happen. You both graduated. KJ, I believe you were in this. You were in the class 5, right?
Yeah, so funny story about it. So I actually signed up and was in camp 4 with Franky, and it was going real good, like really, really, really good. And then 8 weeks into it, we're learning belly to back suplexes. And funny enough, me and Franky, it's our turn to go up. And I was ready to take it first. We're learning how to do it. I was ready to take it first, and then they're like, "Nah, switch it around." So I have to give it to Franky. I go to give it to him, and my foot gets caught. I break I break my leg, and then I dislocate my ankle completely. And so that puts me on the shelf for 3 months. I got a plate and 7 screws in my leg now too. And then that's kind of how I got moved into Camp 5. Was really just working and working and working to make it to that showcase. And then kind of why I got put in the tag to kind of protect my leg. So yeah, but that's kind of how I got ended up in Camp 5. But for real, I've been training as like me and Franky started day 1 same time.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. First off, Frankie, congratulations on getting that master's degree done. It's always a
Thank
great
you.
thing.
Thank you.
I commend anybody
He's definitely the brains of the team, bro, for sure.
Yeah.
that. Yeah. And also, congrats to you, KJ, because where a lot of people would have felt down and out, man, I don't think this is me. I got an injury. You actually, came back up. You got back up, got on the horse, and you successfully graduated. And now here
Appreciate
you
that, man.
got the dudes in kimonos. I gotta ask you, man. So that's my next question. How'd you guys decide to come together and you know do the whole dudes in kimono, which and I think is pretty sick. You know what I mean? That you guys have that whole thing going. And I tell you what, if you guys, I don't know if you guys saw, but we put the Turning Japanese song on
Yeah.
our thing. If you guys come out to that song, I'm gonna be like, oh, they did not do, they did not. No, that's crazy.
Yeah, okay, okay,
The
okay.
so the Dudes in Kimonos origin story is kind of just a very random one. So when I started, I just had very generic red and blue gear that had my name on the back. Um, and I think KJ just had like some generic black gear that had his initials on it. And then so we both wrestle at this promotion called PCW in Covington, Platinum Championship Wrestling, which is
I've heard of
really
them.
fun to really
Yeah, shout out
great
to
place
them,
to
bro.
work at. Lots of fun. Matt Hankins is
Yeah,
doing a great job over there.
those
Um,
guys.
but I got I just got a little too drunk one night, and I was browsing I was just doing some internet shopping, and saw this blue kimono, and it was the kimono jacket and the shorts, and I was like, I'm gonna buy this, whatever. It was $12, I don't care. I buy it, and then I forget my gear at PCW one day, and so I wear it, and I put it on, and everyone is just like, "Is that your gear?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "That's sick. Keep it." I was like, "Cool." So 2 weeks later, they're just kind of doing like uh, triple threat tag team match, and they just threw me and KJ together. We weren't thinking anything of it. I mean, like me and KayJay are good friends, but so we're like, hell yeah, what tagging together is gonna be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, been training since so yeah.
And
Continue,
then
Franky.
after the match, we get to the back, and they're like, if you guys aren't a thing, you guys are a thing now. Like, figure out name, blah blah blah. And so KayJay was like, I'm gonna buy the kimonos you have, blah blah blah. And for the name, we couldn't think of a name. We had no idea. So we asked all our camp members because we've got a group chat together, and one of them said, "Oh, just call yourself." They're like, "What's your gimmick?" And I just said, "We're just dudes in kimonos." And they're like, "Just call yourselves that," and just like do a bunch of jokes about the acronym DIK. Like you guys are just dicks. And I was like, at first I was a little hesitant about it, but then like after thinking about it and like now that we've been doing it, it's perfect. It's amazing. It's the funniest thing we've ever done, honestly.
Yeah,
Wow, that's. I like how y'all did that because y'all took the acronym and now somebody says if somebody were to say to one of you guys, "Hey, you're a dick," and
Ex-
you're like, "Yeah, I'm a dude in a kimono."
exactly. I mean, if you
exactly.
uh I don't know if you caught like any of the live stream of the district match, but I mean like we got the whole crowd to start chanting dicks. So I mean,
Yeah,
what is that like, sounds like a good I mean like I got like was probably like a few hundred people to start chanting dicks in a match, so I feel like my life's pretty complete now.
yeah, that was pretty cool. So, and
No.
then we got a bunch of dickheads, got a
Yeah.
bunch of dickheads as fans, bro. So that's how it is.
Hey, that's a great marketing thing, man.
I'm
I like
glad.
how y'all.
I'm glad you think so.
I
I
mean
like.
everyone loves it. Everyone loves it.
I I I grew up in the Attitude Era, so I kind of have like a bit of a crazy humor when it comes to certain things. Like Al Snow, he was like, "What does everybody want? Head," and he actually has a mannequin head with the word "head" on it,
Yeah.
which it has
Exactly.
some other meaning for it. So yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah, it's great. Everywhere people are like, "Oh, like you guys are dudes in kimonos." We're like, "Yeah, we're dicks." And they're like, "Wait, awesome, perfect."
Exactly. No one hates it.
not only do you guys have the brains, you also have the athleticism. Because I believe KayJay, you're a collegiate wrestler, right? Or you're a high school wrestler. I may be wrong.
No, never really wrestled ever. I played football and basketball in high school. That's about it. So yeah,
Uh,
nothing. No collegiate really history. Just a big dude. Works out a lot. That's about all. So
Still, you still got the athleticism on y'all side though.
appreciate you, man.
Definitely,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're both. I mean, we're both pretty athletic. I mean, what KJ is in the gym practically every single day, and I try and stay active by like I'm also going to the gym, but like every Wednesday I play recreation soccer with all my buddies from college. So we like to stay pretty athletic, and it helps. It transitions in the ring, especially when we're doing all the stuff, when we're picking up people, slamming them back down.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a lot of
dude.
fun.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you guys have wrestled for district championship wrestling. Have you guys, since becoming a tag team, have y'all gotten to wrestle outside of Georgia, any of the other like southeastern states, or maybe like
Not
Atlantic, Mid
not
Atlantic?
outside of Georgia yet. Because when we started tagging was like when gas was like pushing like $5 a gallon down here. So it was like, if we wanted to wrestle out of the state, it kind of had to be at least get our gas money's worth. But now that gas is like calmed down, like definitely if the opportunity arises, we'll go. I mean, dicks, we gotta spread the dicks everywhere. So
Yeah, Dick's name's got to definitely go out there. Plus, we got Florida and Tennessee. There's definitely a bunch of great promotions over there. North Carolina. So
yeah,
we gotta find our way around there. Spread the Dick's name. Give
Yeah,
everybody a little bit of Dick. So
yeah.
you you got CCW down there in South Florida. You got Boca Raton Championship Wrestling. You got I don't know much about North Carolina, but I know like if you go further up, you got like MCW and the rest of them. One CW where my co-host
yeah,
Rob
man,
doing big
that's
things
the
and
goal, man. That's the
yeah,
goal,
Yeah.
man. Go all over the country if we can. Just hopefully that's what the fans want. That's what the people want.
Yeah.
They want to see the dudes in kimonos. So if you do, make sure you let your local promotions know. get our names out there, let everybody know the Dudes and Kimonos are the team to see.
Well,
Exactly.
there's also another tag team that you guys may have come across by the name of TSF, who have actually been wrestling all over. They're actually products of the Nightmare Factory as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully, you guys are as successful as them, and y'all get to go all over the place as well. Get your
Dude,
name
yeah.
out.
TSF's been making waves. They've been doing very well for themselves. I mean, like every time I see Hunter or Grillo, I always ask him. I'm like, hey, dude, when are we gonna do Dix versus TSF, or like, when are we gonna do like an 8-man tag? And they just, they're
Yeah,
busy.
for real.
They're too big for us now. Whatever. No, I'm just kidding. They've always been the dude. I fucking love Hunter and sorry, I cursed. I freaking
It's
love
okay.
Hunter and Grillo. So they're awesome guys. Pretty much everyone at the Nightmare Factory has been like super nice, super awesome. Like everyone's pretty much friends there. If
Yeah,
there's
no,
any
for real,
bad
they do
blood, I
good
at least
there.
haven't heard of it.
For real.
Yeah, that's TSF definitely. I was very happy for them when I saw them on AEW. I remembered when I had an interview with them, and I was like, bad news is I got to miss because AEW. This is when they started touring again.
Hmm.
Actually in New York, which is where I live. And so I'm like, man, I could have gone to the AEW show, but I get to talk to one of the biggest up and coming tag teams in pro wrestling. From one of the best wrestling schools in the country, in the world, Nightmare Factory, TSF. So
Yeah.
they're definitely doing great, and I'm very happy for them as well. And I
Dude,
tell
yeah,
you,
and Hunter's stream definitely has like made him pop off the Wrestle House stream. Hunter's always streaming. Their stream is a lot of fun to watch.
Yes, sir.
oh, yeah, I remembered. I think they mentioned Austin Theory and Johnny Gargano, and I was like, wait a minute, you guys do look like both those guys. I'd like to see that match now. Come to think
I could
about it,
I could see Grillo looking like Gargano, but Hunter trying to say he looks like Theory, I think, think that just might be wishful thinking on his end. But
yeah. But I still wouldn't mind seeing it, though. I definitely wouldn't
oh
mind.
no, that'd be a fun ass match to watch. I mean,
Oh,
TSF are
definitely.
both really good, and Gargano and Theory are freaking amazing. So
Yeah, right?
can't see a bad match coming out of that.
No.
Oh yeah. So I gotta ask you guys, man. So I've got a couple more questions before we shut it down.
Yeah.
So who are some tag teams that y'all would want? I mean, besides TSF, obviously, but what are some other tag teams that y'all would want to face in the near future?
Oh
They could be
man,
Independence, WWE, AEW, Impact,
you
Japan,
know,
matter.
like ultimate goal. I think like every tag team wants to wrestle either like the Bucks or FTR. That's like absolute freaking dream match right there.
Of
Um,
course.
personally for me, I would love to wrestle freaking John Silver, Silver and Reynolds, just because I love those guys. I've watched a few of the matches when they were Beaver Boys, and I actually I got my finisher from John Silver too. So I mean, like I just love those guys. Indie wise, I mean, like yeah, TSF, BGU, I mean, we've had a little back and forth with them. They just think because they're
Yeah.
jacked and all that stuff, like blah blah blah. Like I lift the same amount of weight as they do, and like I've got more fat on me. So what does that really
They
say
also
about
don't
them?
understand style matters too. So
Exactly,
I
exactly.
get it.
But BGU, I would love to shut them up eventually.
Of course.
C4, who recently went through
Ooh.
one of the camps. C4 would be a
Yeah.
lot of fun
I like
up
them
in
too.
the
Yo,
Northwest.
don't forget to. I'd love just like I'd love to face our coach QT. Like that
Yeah, yeah.
rematch would be awesome.
QT
Like
and Agogo would
QT
be
and whether
fun.
it's solo, yeah, go
QT
anybody, man.
Agogo
That'd be
or
awesome.
Camarado. That I mean, that would be a lot of fun. I mean, like QT, like people don't realize it, but he's literally one of the best in the business right now. He just,
For real.
Nick Camarado, I don't know. I wouldn't mess with no guy. I'm not wrestling no guy that comes to the ring with a straight jacket. I'm like, yo, bro, just take the win. I'm gonna take a count out. I don't need this. I got a date tonight. I can't afford to have you. I'm out of here. Just take the victory. I'm out.
dude, the dicks will step up to anyone, everyone, and anyone. Dicks aren't afraid of it, of nobody. Although
Oh
Camarado would
man.
probably squash me pretty easily. But wait, I just had I had another freaking name in my head that I forgot. But yeah,
Is it
like
Chaos Project? Because bro, man, I definitely
Chaos
wanna
Project
I
would be a lot of
wanna
fun
take
too.
him down, bro.
Chaos
Yeah,
Project would be so much fun.
it would be so much fun, bro. That's another one of our coaches too out
Oh,
there.
this is another one of my dream ones. Best Friends. I freaking love Best Friends. So like, if I got to wrestle them, that'd be like, checking that one off the box.
Ooh, cool.
For like absolute bucket list matches. But yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
We'll wrestle anyone. It's just we like how it's a lot of fun getting the ring with anyone, big or small, whether or not we get destroyed or like we destroy them. Like at the
It's
end
always
of
a
the
fun
day,
match, man. It's always a fun match with us in the
at
ring,
the
bro.
end of the day, if I can walk and we're both alive, I had fun. I had fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, I definitely hope you guys, you gentlemen, get to actually wrestle all those, tag teams you mentioned. Who's C4? I've never heard of them though. I don't think
C4.
so.
Really?
I don't think
It's
so.
Cody Chun, Guillermo Rosas. C4, they wrestle mainly out of Defy Wrestling out in Seattle, but they've been in Georgia too. They just wrestled.
They've
They be
been
wrestling
they've been a
on
part
the
of
Battle Slam
Battle
shows.
Slam that Baron is has
Yeah,
been
Baron Black
running.
runs.
But
Hopefully we can get on that show too. That's out there
yeah,
in
but
Atlanta, so it's close to
they're
home.
really both those guys, both super awesome, cool dudes, both really good freaking wrestlers.
Yeah, champions of Prestige Wrestling too out west too. So
Yeah, they mainly wrestle out west, up in
also trainees of the Nightmare Factory too. They were in Camp 5 with me too. So
To
yeah, I
be honest,
wrestled Guillermo in my showcase match.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't really seen Camp 5 yet. I'm gonna check it out eventually. That's the only one I haven't.
Please, man, you got
Camp
to, man.
Camp Five's got some bangers of a match.
I just saw.
Yeah. Satnam Singh's in there too. So
Yeah, I just saw Camp 4. That was very awesome. Your guy, Demarcio in in Camp 4. Whew,
That
man,
dude is he's
Marcio's
currently
good.
prepping for a bodybuilding competition. He's a few weeks out
He
now.
is.
Dude is absolutely jacked right now. Oh my
He's
god.
looking nuts.
Yeah.
the highlight, because I always say for every class, there's always a highlight I remember. And this one highlight was when it was Dean Alexander, your fellow schoolmate. He comes out with the with Angelica Risk and drops her on her back.
Yeah.
Goes, goes
Oh, as soon as we saw that happen, we knew that she would not take that kindly.
yeah, and then,
Yeah,
then
for real.
they mess him up. I'm like, oh, geez, poor Dean, man, he can't catch a break.
Yeah. I think he's like 0-5, 0-6 in showcase
Yeah, something
matches
like
now.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, Showcase 6 hasn't shown up yet. I'm actually waiting for that. I'm looking forward to seeing that one too.
Yeah, I think it probably is still being edited or probably they take a little bit to come out.
Yeah, but it's definitely worth it. I've told numerous people from the Nightmare Factory that when Showcase 2 came out, I enjoyed that more than most of the WWE pay per view that they had that month, and that was the one where the zombies came out and they grabbed Miz and dragged them to the back or whatever.
I thought that
I
was
remember
hilarious,
that.
honestly. I loved it.
Showcase 2 was around that time. I actually enjoyed Showcase 2 more than most of the matches, most of that pay per view that WWE had.
Mhm.
So my last two questions for you guys. When you guys are working out, getting reps done in the gym or about to knock off some cardio, or when you're about to face your opponents in the ring, what are some songs by artists that you enjoy listening to that put you into that zone to get the job done?
So me and
Frankie, I
KJ will
want you to
probably
go
have
first, bro.
two very different answers to this.
Yeah,
So
but people are gonna like Frankie's list. I know Frankie's list is his workout playlist is pretty
here,
it's pretty wrestling centric.
let me pull up my workout play. I have a lot of theme songs on here, like Jade Cargill's theme
Okay,
absolutely goes hard. Brody King's band, God's Hate, absolutely absolutely a gym playlist like recommendation right there. But like I have a lot of like heavy metal on here, a lot of like house music. Yeah. I would say right now my go-to gym song is Divine Injustice by God's Hate. If I'm like pushing out those last if I need to push out a few reps, I will absolutely turn that song on and just run through a fucking wall.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I usually listen to like hip hop too. Like so, like right now, like probably one of the bigger songs I listen to is like Big 14 by Trippie Redd. But like just like Frankie, when it comes to like them big squat, like the squats or like big bench, like you gotta put like Slipknot on or some Corn. You gotta go back to like early 2000s to listen to that stuff and just have it screaming to your ears, bro. So like I got a bunch of different like a big variety of music I tend to go to when it comes to working out. So.
Whatever gets the job done. My place whenever I go to the gym, I normally have like I have some hip hop, but then you'll hear Seven Dust come on, and then afterwards you'll hear Carly Rae Jepsen, and then you might hear you know a Hulk Hogan theme song or Gorillas of Destiny's theme song. And I mean, one time I think I almost pissed off somebody because they were like, who's in charge of the ox here?" It was like it was a Bluetooth connection, so they couldn't find out who it was. But I was just like, I just kept on working out because I didn't want to figure out it was me.
Yeah, no, yeah, you don't want to raise your hand when someone's angry like that.
Yeah, but hey, it's whatever gets the job done, you know.
Right.
So my last question, before we shut it down. So you gentlemen are a tag team, both graduated Nightmare Factory, and you're doing your thing. What advice would you give to people that are entering the professional wrestling industry and want to do it as a tag team? And
I would say at least try and do it with one of your buddies that you're good friends with, because like whenever me and KayJay are going into a match, like we're just like we're just going in there and we're just like, what do you want to do? Blah blah blah. We're not like, hey, I need to do this. You need to take a back seat. Like I'm the star. You're the blah. Now, like go in there with a friend. Just have fun. Honestly, like I don't know. Like I don't know. I've been wrestling for just a little under a year, so I don't know if I'm really qualified to give too much advice. But like I just say, go in there with a friend and just have fun. I mean, especially if you're super new, you don't have to come up with like a super creative gimmick right off the bat. As long as you're a tag team and like our whole gimmick is we just wear kimonos and we just scream a lot in the ring. I mean, like, and people
Yeah,
love it.
for real.
And people
Yeah.
love it, and they love that district, and pretty much always we pretty much always get like a decent reaction wherever we go. Um, so I mean, if I think if you're showing that you're having a lot of fun in the ring, people are gonna feel that and they'll cheer for you. Um, and it's
Yeah.
also I just think it's wild that like we're dudes in kimonos. Our acronym is Dicks. We call ourselves Dick, and we're faces everywhere we go. I also love that.
wow, okay, awesome. So for those of you listening, those of you that intend to actually get into professional wrestling, you actually got some advice from two up and comers. Y'all remember this because when you see them in WB or AEW or Impact, you'd be like, yeah, those guys gave us some advice on Ringside Society. Anything else you guys want? Any other advice you want from them? You probably got to hit them up on PayPal or Cash App. 'Cause, I'm
Yeah,
pretty
$50, $50.
Yeah, for sure. Can't be giving it all out for free.
yeah. But I just got to say, gentlemen, first off, congratulations on both of you graduating. And if nobody has thanked you yet, you're gonna hear it first from us here at Ringside Society. And if they've already
Thank
thanked you, I guess you're gonna hear it for a second or third or fourth time. But thank you for the matches you've given us so far. Keep up the
Appreciate it.
good work, and I definitely look forward to seeing dudes in kimonos all over the country, if not all over the world. Hopefully, you guys we get to see you in Japan. I wouldn't
That would
mind
be
seeing
sick as hell.
That would be awesome, bro.
because then y'all would definitely get to actually like. I'm sure they'd be like, they're from America, but they're wearing kimonos. You probably confused them.
Oh, I hope they'd
We'd
love.
fit
I hope
in.
they'd love the gimmick, man. I hope we'd fit
Yeah.
in. Yo,
But I can tell you, living in Japan for 3 years, I was stationed there with the Navy. If you guys ever get that booking to go to Japan, take it with a smile. go and embrace the
Oh, yeah.
culture. It
Oh,
is a
100%. Yeah.
Obviously, man. Yeah, we got it.
It's on my
it is
bucket list to go there eventually, so hopefully I get to go there to wrestle.
Same.
yeah, it's a vibe, and the people are very courteous and helpful over there. It's totally good. And I thought, you're talking to somebody that, I live in New York. I've lived in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, San Diego, California. I thought I've seen it all. And Japan was like, you haven't seen anything yet. We got some more stuff to show you. So I definitely hope you guys get that chance. But with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this down.
Do you mind if I give a quick shout out real quick?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead, man.
All right, shout out to my boy J.R. Miller, who's wrestling up in North Carolina, up in AML. That dude has been absolutely killing it.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
Hopefully he can make his way down to Georgia, or one of us can make our way up to North Carolina so we can wrestle him. One of my good friends from
Definitely.
Camp 4, dude has been murdering it up there.
Might even have to send him a kimono.
Yeah, we might have to send him a kimono, make him an honorary dick up there in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
J.R. Miller. Which match was I saw that? Which one?
He wrestled our other boy Kevin Panic, who's up in
Kevin
Indianapolis right
Panic.
now.
Yup.
Oh, I remember that. Yes, yes, yes. I think Kevin Panic won that, right?
Yes, Kevin Panic
think
did
so,
beat
yeah.
him.
I
Kevin
remember.
Panic can say he beat a champion. JR's got 2 titles on him right now.
Yes, sir.
Well,
And then also you gotta look out for two. Also, don't forget too. What is it? Casey Carrington?
Casey Carrington the fourth.
Made a couple. Yeah,
I
man. Made
saw
a couple
him.
AEW. Yeah, made a
Yeah,
couple
he
AEW appearances
guy.
too.
he got choked out by Anna Jay, dude, living the dream.
Yes, he did.
He looks like a sadist. Like he looks like he would enjoy twisting your limbs and laughing as you scream. That's what he looks like. He
Oh,
looks
he
like
would. He
reminds me
would.
of somebody in the
Dude,
vein of Zack Sabre Jr. That's what he reminds me of.
dude's incredibly young too, so like the sky's the absolute freaking limit for him.
Yeah, for real,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. I definitely I remember that match as well too. That was a good one as well. But I'll tell you guys what, spoiler alert, as Paul Heyman likes to say, I'm gonna be trying to have everybody else from that class on the show eventually. So if you guys
Yeah, dude.
can, you know, if you talk to Diamond Sheik, he'll tell you we've had most of class two, his class on our show. We've had class one, class three. Now I'm working through class four. I've already had one person from your class, Franky. Um, Katie Hebner.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
Katie.
Katie.
She was actually our
An
first.
angel.
She was actually our first guest this season. So yeah, we're making our way down the line.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
you've got a lot of good ones coming up with JR, Kevin,
We
Casey, DeAndre DeMarcio,
we got so
Danny
much love.
Gabe.
Would you believe we have so much love for y'all? We even interviewed y'all's referees, Paulie
Got some
and
of the best referees in the business. It
Yeah,
makes sense.
Paulie
Paul's
and
one of the
Lewis.
best in Georgia.
Yeah,
Paul's one of the best in Georgia right now, for sure. Love that guy to death.
I love all our refs.
yeah. So once again, guys, thank you very much, for doing this for us. We really and truly appreciate the opportunity. Before we shut it down, where can fans find y'all on social media when they want to find out where your next appearance is, or where they can purchase some Dudes in Kimono dick merchandise? Look all
So
when you go to the wrestling shows.
if you want to purchase some dick merchandise, become an official dickhead, just go to our Pro Wrestling Tees store. Just prowrestlingtees.com/dudes in kimonos. I think we've got like 4 or 5 shirts up right now.
Yeah, I think we got 5 shirts.
I'm on Instagram just at Franky Filto. Might be Franky _ Filto. I don't know. If you just type in my name, it'll pop up on there. That's where I'll be. That's where I normally post like upcoming shows. I'm not really on Twitter. I've got a Twitter, but I don't post on it.
Same, yeah. I'm basically just on Instagram at KayJay_Impala. That's where you'll see basically all the dick stuff that you need to. And then a couple upcoming shows. We got UWF this weekend.
GPW up in Jasper,
GPW this
Georgia.
weekend. Yep. I think Yep. So
I think that's
couple
that's all we got
shows.
this weekend.
Yeah, that's all we got this weekend. And then District Championship, we should be back there September 18th, like you said.
Yep.
And hopefully everyone can come out again, have a great time just like last time.
And also, I forgot to mention one thing. Where can bookers and promoters find y'all? Is there like a email or just hit y'all up on Instagram?
Yeah, it's dudes in kimonos 2 at gmail.com if you wanna book us, or if you hit us up on any social media at KayJay Impala on Instagram, at Franky Filto on Instagram, or if you find us on Facebook too. We
Yeah.
definitely I definitely be handling a lot of like wrestling business through Facebook too. So if you wanna get at us, get at either one of us. We always talk to each other. Communication's always open between the two of us. So
Yep.
super easy to book us if you need to.
Awesome. So y'all heard promoters, y'all heard these men are open for they're open for business. They're ready
Yes,
to
sir.
they're ready to, arrive in your town and handle business and show y'all, how the dudes in kimonos roll. So definitely hit them up. Fans, these two men have merchandise. Y'all have merchandise too, right? On
Yeah.
Wrestling
Yes, we
Pro.
do.
On
Yep.
prowrestlingtees.com/dudes in kimonos.
Yep.
So
And them
y'all
belts are
check
coming
that out.
soon. Them titles are coming soon. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Trying to figure out how to get custom made kimonos also.
True.
Yeah, yeah. So sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're
No,
good.
you're fine.
So y'all heard. Definitely make sure you purchase some Dudes and Kimonos merchandise. The honestly, I've seen them myself. They look great, and of course, y'all know there are pro wrestling tees discounts that happen almost every month. So there is no excuse not to go and cop yourself some thick merchandise.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
If you can't make this show, this is another way you actually can support them is by purchasing the merchandise as well too. So support indie wrestling. That's where most of your AEW and WWE superstars come from. And with that being said, it's about time for us to shut this show down. My stomach is rumbling. My eyelids are getting heavy. So that means it's time for dinner, and a nap. Maybe not in that order, but before I partake in those activities, if y'all want to find me on social media, not that I have anything cool to say these days, but who knows, maybe you'll actually hear me say something cool. You can find me on Twitter at @TheRemyBlue. You can also find me on Instagram at @TheRemyBlue as well. And I'm also on Facebook under the alias Remy Blue. However, our podcast is also on social media. We're on Instagram and Twitter at Ringside Society, Twitch at Ringside Society 2019. We're on Facebook as a Facebook group, and we're also on Spotify as well. We also have merchandise available at Teespring. We have a lot of, uh, we have several different designs. We have T-shirts, tank tops, hoodies for the fall, long sleeve shirts for winter. Make sure you check us out, purchase some merchandise. All proceeds go back into keeping this show afloat. Doesn't go back into our pockets. And one more thing, we're also debuting a new segment. That's right. We have the main segment where we have guests such as the Dicks and Katie Hebner. We also have 15 Minutes of Fandom, where we've had several people like the crying CM Punk fan, and actually Diamond Sheik's brother, Scooby Doo, who we know as Scooby Doo, and several other impressive people. But now we're debuting a segment called Lariats and Legacies. I know what you're probably thinking. Lariats and Legacies. Remy, what are you up to now? So basically, we're going to be having family members of those wrestlers who have passed on our show talk about their experiences growing up as, a relative to that wrestler that's no longer with us. And our first guest is a young lady. I dub her, and please, I know she's probably listening. Please don't kick my butt for this. I dub her as the bad woman. We're going to be having the daughter of Bad News Brown, Frances Coeg, on our show. So that'll be tomorrow. Make sure you tune in. And with that being said, we just want to thank everybody tune in live tonight. We really and truly appreciate it. Those y'all that are going to listen later on, thank you very much in advance. And to those y'all that hate us, can't stand us, really and truly wish we'd go away, well, like myself at the Golden Corral, we're not going anywhere for a while. And with that being said, we just want to let everybody know that we here at Ringside Society are very well aware to everybody and their grandparents and their parents of the podcast. But we're not your grandparents' podcast. We're not your parents' podcast. As a matter of fact, we're not just any podcast. So I'm going to say this right now, one time for the mind. one time for the people, one time for the wrestling culture, and one time for the Nightmare Factory classes 4 and classes 5 and the Dudes in Kimonos, KayJay Impala and Franky Filto. Call them dudes in kimonos, call them dicks. At the end of the day, when you see them wrestle, you're going to be a dickhead.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.
We're the Wrestling Fans Podcast, Ringside Society. And with that being said, we'll be back tomorrow with another impressive episode, with another impressive guest, and a new impressive series. But until then, we just want y'all to do 4 favors for us. Just four. Stay safe, stay healthy, be excellent to each other, and party on, dudes. We out. Peace.
Peace.
Ooh.